Good morning. I would like to call to order this meeting of your Fremont County Board of County Commissioners. Invite you all to rise, please, for an invocation by Todd Luce from the Grandview Christian Church, and please stay standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Good morning, Council. Would you bow with me, please? Gracious Heavenly Father, we come before you today and ask your blessing upon this meeting and upon all the issues that will be discussed today, that your will be provided, Lord. We also ask that you give all the council members wisdom and understanding when it comes to furthering what's best for our county, Lord. I thank you for all that you do. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Todd. Let's do roll call, please.
Commissioner Bell?
Present.
Commissioner McFall?
Present.
Commissioner Grantham?
Here.
County Attorney Bellis?
Present.
County Administrator Carochi?
Present.
Planning and Zoning Director Victoria?
Present.
We turn next to the approval of today's agenda. Gentlemen, I am unaware of any changes we need to make.
Madam Chair, I move to approve the agenda.
Second.
We do have a motion and second to approve today's agenda. Let's do roll call.
Commissioner Grantham?
Aye.
Commissioner McFall?
Aye.
Commissioner Bell?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Up next is our consent agenda. I will note for you, we are not scheduling a public hearing with today's activities. We don't have another one coming up on the horizon anytime soon. We also are ratifying the chairman's signature on an intergovernmental agreement for weed control services.
And that, Madam Chair, is an intergovernmental agreement with Chaffee County because we border them and spray a lot of the same weeds. With that, I move to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Motion and second to approve today's consent agenda. Let's do roll call.
Commissioner McFall?
Aye.
Commissioner Grantham?
Aye.
Commissioner Bell?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Up next is always one of my favorite parts of our meetings. We have informational and administrative topics. We'll begin this morning with a staff report from our county administrator, Tony Carochi. Good morning, Tony.
Morning, Madam Chair, Commissioners. Good morning, everyone. Sir. So we will start with the job opportunities that we have posted for Fremont County. In the assessor's office, we have an appraiser position that closes September the 2nd. Can't believe again that we're already talking about September. Fremont County Sheriff's Office, we have Master Control Officer position that closes September the 2nd. We have a Detention Deputy position that closes September the 2nd, and we have a Deputy in Detention Part-Time position that closes September the 2nd. For more information about employment opportunities with Fremont County government, please visit our county website at fremontcountyco.gov, or you can call our HR department at 719-276-7409. Due to the heavy rains that we've been experiencing, thank God, we have been experiencing some mitigating and flooding issues and washouts. So our DOT staff have been working around the county repairing the washouts on County Road 45, County Road 7, County Road 132, County Road 143, and the Shelf Road. So we appreciate your patience and cooperation as our work crews continue to maintain our roadways and keep them safe for our citizens. Fremont County Department of Public Health, just a reminder that beginning this Thursday, August the 27th, and continuing through the end of the year, Fremont County Department of Public Health will open at 9 a.m. instead of 7 a.m. on the last Thursday of each month to allow for staff professional development. If you have questions or need additional information, please contact Public Health at 719-276-7450. On behalf of all the Fremont County employees, we want to thank our elected officials for sponsoring and personally funding our annual Employee Appreciation Picnic. Every year they cover the cost of all food and prizes and generously give their time to show their appreciation to our roughly 350 employees. Their continued support means a great deal to all of us, and it's one of the many reasons Fremont County government is such a great place to work. Fremont County Airport, start your day with aviation, automobiles, and community fun at our annual fly-in and drive-in. Join pilots, aviation enthusiasts, classic car owners, and community members on Saturday, September the 26th from 7:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. at the Fremont County Airport. Enjoy a delicious pancake breakfast while exploring a variety of aircraft and vehicles on display. You can also browse unique items at our fly market, connect with fellow aviators and enthusiasts, and experience our favorite annual event. Whether you're flying in, driving in, or simply looking for a fun Saturday morning, there's something for everyone to enjoy. For event details or fly market vendor registration, please visit the Fremont County Facebook page or contact the airport office at 719-784-3816. We look forward to seeing you at the airport on September the 26th. And that's all I have today, ma'am.
All right, thank you, sir. A lot of great stuff. We have a lot of fun things happening here in Fremont County. I will turn next to my fellow commissioners for reports to see what's on their minds this morning. Commissioner Grantham, would you like to kick us off?
Not a whole lot to report today. I know that we as in these two, had a meeting up in a CCI meeting, a Mountain District, and Mr. President down there. We probably have more details on that, but it just want to remind folks that we are approaching the end of the year and the beginning of the next legislative session. Of course, that will be post-election, but we are already hearing a lot of the things that may be proposed this year, and from some of our fellow commissioners, some good things, and some not so. But that's typical for every year. But beware that is approaching us again. To Mr. Croce's point, it's hard to believe we're already talking about September here, let alone going to be in September here in not too long. And just to pile on with his comments about the fly-in for the airport, that is for anybody. That is for everybody. You don't have to be a pilot or a classic car enthusiast or either or either of those things. But if you want to go out and just enjoy that time, even if the only reason you're going out is for pancakes, go out and join in the fun out there. It's a great day out at the airport. And so please take advantage of that. And that's really all I have, Madam Chair.
All right, thank you, sir. Commissioner McFall.
Are there folks that aren't car enthusiasts of some
Well,
kind?
there might be one. You got to assume, right?
There might be one.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Yeah, we did have a Colorado Counties Incorporated meeting last week up in Leadville, which is all the mountain district, all the mountain counties, and I am the president of that. We did talk about legislation that's coming up. All of these are proposed by counties. We went through those, didn't take any positions on those, but had questions on some of them, went through them. But we also have usually speakers that come to those. And this particular one, we had somebody come talk to us about the Colorado River. And if anybody knows anything about water, they need a better hobby, because water is very, very interesting. It's hard to understand. It's convoluted. It's crazy to try to understand water. But the Colorado River is a source of a lot of conversation lately, because there's no water in the Colorado River, not much water. The Colorado River Compact in 1922, we were getting a lot more snowpack, and there were a lot less people in the lower basin. The Colorado River is broken into two basins. There's an upper basin and a lower basin. The lower basin is California, Nevada, and Arizona. Upper basin is New Mexico, Colorado, Wyoming, Utah. There's been a fight, or they've been trying to come up with an agreement, those 7 states, the last couple of years, on how to deal with the shortage of water that we have because of the lack of snowpack. And they couldn't come to an agreement. So the federal government stepped in, and that's always great, right? No, it's not a good idea. But anyway, they did step in, and the Bureau of Reclamation came up with a decision last week after a lot of discussion. And what they came up with is that the lower basin has to reduce their water by 1.25 million acre feet over 2027 and 28. An acre foot, for those that don't know what that is, an acre foot is 1 foot of water in an acre. That's how much water that is. So it's quite a bit of water, but 1.25 million acre feet is a lot of water. And that's about $3 million or 3 million acre feet annually. So Arizona is going to suffer the worst because they have the youngest water shares. All of the water shares are based on the time of when they acquired those water shares, some of them back into the early 1800s and late 1800s, but Arizona has the youngest water rights, so they're going to suffer the worst with 200,000 acre feet per year that they won't be able to use. So, I'm sorry, 760,000 acre feet per year the first 2 years. So there's a lot of changes that they're going to have to make in that lower basin. In order to use the little amount of water we have, there was a lot of talk about the lower basin suing the upper basin. And I don't know what they would sue for because there's no water. There's no water to even go anywhere. They're emptying all the reservoirs. Blue Mesa is the biggest one in Colorado. They've drained the Flaming Gorge in Utah. The Lake Powell, Lake Mead, they're both at 25-30% of what they normally hold. They're almost to a dead pool stage. We were talking about this a little bit yesterday. With this change, they're hoping that it'll stay up where that they can still make electricity out of that water. Like I said, this is a complicated situation, but there is a thing in place right now for the next 2 years, and it's going to be reevaluated every 2 years until hopefully something changes. But hopefully what needs to happen is we get a lot of snowpack, because that changes it drastically. The lower basin has been using more water than they were allocated for years, and now they're just going to have to cut back a little bit, so it makes it tough. So it's a fun discussion, I guess, and it's in every meeting that I go to just about, because there's just a lot of water meetings. Upper Ark, the Arkansas River Basin that I sit on, and we talked about it the other day in our Colorado counties, because it affects all of Colorado, even though the Colorado River is on the other side of the mountain, so to speak. Some of that water does come this way, so it affects us on the Front Range as well. And we all need to pay attention and see what's happening and be diligent on the water use. And with that, just bring up again, we did drop to stage 1 fire restrictions from stage 2, BLM. Most of the fire districts, the county, are all in stage 1 now, which means it's still very dry out there. Very crazy. If anybody was paying attention yesterday, there was a fire started probably by lightning up behind Dawson Ranch. There was a helicopter on that, got it out yesterday. There was one 3 days ago up there, I think, too, that the rain kind of put out. Thank God for the rain. But it is very dry and dangerous out there. So if you're out and about, be careful and be safe, and don't start a fire. Thank you.
Don't start a fire. All right, thank you. The CCI conversation, I would just add, after doing this job for so many years, you would think that I would become a little bit immune to surprises at these events. But every single year, I still am not only surprised, I am shocked by the number of commissioners from around the Mountain District who sit at the table and say, we want more fees, we want more taxes, we want to be able to put a fee on this, we from Fremont County, we sit and we just look at these people kind of with our mouth hanging open and being like, what are you thinking? We are already taxed and feed to death here in Colorado. And so for them to come to the Mountain District and to CCI as a whole and to propose even more fees and even more taxes, I can't tell you how hard we fight against that, how hard we will continue to fight against that, because we think that enough is enough. And so I just want to let you know we will always be at the table. We will bring that message forward. The other thing I did want to mention is a couple of weeks ago, I had the opportunity to participate in the Canyon City Economic and Development Summit, a 2-day event that was organized by Rick Harmon, the Canyon City Economic Development Manager. Rick did a really great job of bringing a lot of diverse people and a ton of great information to the table to talk about what the future of the economy looks like here in Canyon City. Excuse me. For me, one of the most interesting things that he talked about was he kind of gave a history lesson of the economy here in Canyon City and Fremont County, starting from really the origins of our city and our county. So he talked about how things were so good when we had the railroad coming through, and then we got Highway 50, and things continued to be really good. And then Interstate 25 came through, and they chose to take it 25 miles or 30 miles outside of Fremont County. And it kind of bypassed us all, and that started maybe a little bit of a downfall of the economy, a downturn here in Fremont County. And things have never really been the same since. And so we have a lot of really great people at the table, a lot of great ideas, some amazing minds who are working on all of this. Anyone who is interested or wants information, I would say get in touch with Rick at the city, get in touch with the Fremont County Economic Development Corporation. Heck, give me a call and I'll help you get in touch with the right people if you have any interest whatsoever in talking about those things. So good job, Rick. Thanks for inviting me. I was glad I was able to be there, at least for part of it. So thank you. All right, anything else from up here?
You know, you just have to make note that Commissioner McFall probably spoke the truest words ever spoken from up here. If you know a lot about water, you need a new hobby.
You need something. There's a problem, yeah. You know, water lawyers are a very rare breed. There's very few of them, and it's because it is so convoluted and hard to understand. But those that are water lawyers, they're good water lawyers.
They are
Yep.
good at what they do, absolutely.
At least as far as we know they are.
As far as we know, yeah, I guess nobody to dispute that, right?
We certainly could not. Okay, it is time for citizens who may wish to address this commission on a matter not scheduled on today's agenda. We do value the opinions and thoughts of our Fremont County citizens, so anyone who would like to step forward at this time and address us, it's your turn. All right. Seeing none, we will move on. We have no old business to deal with today. Let's jump right into new business. Our first item is a really fun, exciting one. It's a 2026 National Association of Counties Achievement Award presentation. And for this information, I will turn to my fellow commissioner, Dwayne McFall.
All right, we're going to change the subject from water for a minute.
Yay!
So every year, National Association of Counties, which we're pretty involved in, has a recognition for counties when they have programs that they came up with or programs that they enhance or different things to help counties do better, awareness things, anything that'll make a county better. And this year we had an individual, Michelle Boscia, who works for Public Health, who worked on the drunk driving community-based impaired driving prevention initiative. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to send this to NACO and see if we can get her an award. And guess what? She got one. So that's cool. So in July, there was the National Association of Counties National Convention. And they just mentioned names. There was some top 10, I think it was, or something like that. And there were several other counties that won some stuff. And I don't think ours was even mentioned at that time other than being in the print. But wanted to bring it to everybody's attention here. And just give Michelle a spotlight here a little bit for the work she's done, but she has been recognized with the 2026 Achievement Award from the National Association of Counties. The award honors innovative, effective community government programs that strengthen services for residents. Each year, NACO Achievement Awards recognize outstanding programs in 18 categories aligned in the vast comprehensive service counties provide. There's a lot of categories. I'm not going to go through all 18 of those, but Michelle has made the initiative available for all to see, and there is a web site. It is on our website, and you can click on the link and get to that. She's also having meetings and different things, what are they, once a month, something like that. But we do have we're going to present this to Michelle, but it is a little token. She won the award for Fremont County. So at this time, I'd like to ask Michelle if she'd like to come up and say something. And congratulations.
Thank you for nominating me and for all the support I get from the county. Really, I couldn't do it without the county's support and with your guys' support.
Tell us a little bit about your program for those those millions watching around the world and those in the room might be interested.
So we got this grant in 2023 for impaired driving awareness here in Fremont County. It started out as basically nothing. We went from focus groups to, I did a data walk to figure out what the county wanted us to do with this grant money. And one of the initiatives was a DUI task force, and as well as just bringing awareness to Fremont County. So the big part is the DUI task force, which we meet the second Wednesday of every month at 1 o'clock at the health department. Food is provided, just FYI, and it's also hybrid. And then we also have a youth action board that we're tying into that to try to bring youth's voice to the matter. Because youth have such a voice out there and they think such outside of the box that we don't as adults. So we figure their voice is very important for this initiative as well. So.
Thank you. And like I said, congratulations. We're going to be
Yeah, absolutely.
You should go take a picture of it.
First.
Yeah.
We do have with us our department director for the Department of Public Health and Environment for Fremont County. Rick, would you like to step forward? I'm not sure if you have a few words, but I would bet that you probably do.
Looks like he's got a speech written, 4 pages.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that, in the time that I've served as a public health director, which hasn't been very long, Michelle has demonstrated great work on numerous occasions. On my first day in this role, I walked into my office, and one of the only things on my desk was a copy of the Fremont County Impaired Driving Data Walk report that she had recently completed. I feel like that was strategically placed on my desk, but anyhow, little did I know that this was just one example of some of the great work that I would observe from Michelle. Since then, she's put together our traffic crash dashboard, started a well-attended DUI task force that she mentioned, and a youth action board, and has presented at numerous conferences amongst a number of other things. Michelle does exceptional work. Thank you, Michelle, for bringing the honor to this honor to Fremont County and to the Department of Public Health and Environment, and the award is well deserved, so thank you.
All right, congratulations, Michelle. We're going to come down and officially present this to you so we can get some photos doing so.
This is not the best thing. Like that. Thanks. Congratulations.
Good job.
Probably not. We love being able to highlight our employees and the great work that they do, so thanks again, Michelle. Item number 2 under new business today is a proclamation declaring Child Support Awareness Month for August of 2026. We have with us this morning from the Fremont County Department of Human Services, Wanda Embry, Carrie Rutherford, and Amanda Rodenbeck. Come on up, ladies. Good morning.
Good morning.
I also do see our director, Tanya Sutton, but I think she's just hanging behind this morning, and she's going to let the three of you shine. Yes. So, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. So, child support awareness, we'll just do a real brief explanation a little bit, but this is something that the state has done continually. This is our first time bringing it to Fremont County and doing this proclamation. We've kind of just let the state roll with everything, but we felt like this is a great year to bring awareness to the child support awareness to the constituents. Number one is our team does an amazing job with their collections, but not only is it just like child support enforcement, they work with our non-custodial parents and really work with payment plans and do things to make it feasible, because the intent is obviously to support those children and it being both parents' responsibility to support the children. We have a great team, and of course led by Carrie Rutherford and our lead worker, Amanda Rodenbeck, so I'm here to commend their hard work.
All right, awesome.
All right, so I'm just going to read the proclamation.
That'd be great. Thanks,
and I'm going to
Carrie.
do it slow. All right, whereas every child deserves the financial support of both parents whenever possible, and every child plays an important role in helping children have the resources they need to grow, learn, and thrive. Whereas Child Support Awareness Month is observed each August to recognize the important role child support services plays in strengthening families, promoting responsible parenting, and improving the well-being of children throughout Colorado and the nation. Whereas the Child Support Services Program, in partnership with all 64 counties of child support offices, works to establish parentage, establish and modify child support orders, collect and distribute child support, and provide services to promote family stability. Whereas the Fremont County Department of Human Services Child Support Services Unit is committed to serving families with professionalism, compassion, and respect while helping ensure children receive the financial support they deserve. Whereas strong families and healthy children contribute to a stronger Fremont County, and recognizing the work of child support professionals helps raise awareness of the valuable services available to parents and caregivers throughout our community. Now, therefore, we, the Fremont County Commissioners, by virtue of the authority vested in the board, do hereby proclaim August 2026 as Child Support Awareness Month in Fremont County and encourage all citizens to recognize the importance of child support in strengthening families, promoting responsible parenting, and ensuring every child has the opportunity to thrive.
Thank you so much for that, Carrie. Amanda, did you have anything you'd like to add? We're good? Okay. I would just say thank you so much for the work that you do every day. I find it very unfortunate that a child support services program is even needed and necessary, but we all know that we do have parents who don't step up in quite the way that our society and we think they probably should. So a little bit of a boost and a reminder that this is what you need to do, and we'll help you get that done if that's what we have to do. I think is a really good thing. So I just want to say thank all of you. And if you carry back to your team the message that we really thank each and every one of you for the really good work that you do in helping provide for the most vulnerable population that we have here in Fremont County, and that's our children. So thank you guys for the great work that you do. Thank you.
And just to make the point that, again, that you made on the last agenda item with Michelle, this is another one of those opportunities where we get to highlight and brag about our folks that work in DHS, that work in our health department. We get to brag on our employees with things like this, and we hear from around the state that you guys are head and shoulders above. And so we thank you guys.
Which we already knew.
We knew.
But it is really nice to hear it from others.
We get to see it firsthand, and honestly, sometimes take it for granted. But we hear around the state how wonderful you guys are. So thank you for what you do for everybody and for the kids.
I don't think I can add anything to that. Thank you guys for being here, and thank you for what you do. It was well said.
All right.
Got a motion for
Maybe
you if
a
you're ready.
motion, you bet.
Yeah, I would move to approve the proclamation proclaiming August 2026 as Child Awareness Month.
Second.
Child Support Awareness Month?
What did I say?
Child Awareness Month. You're
Yeah, we can
probably
be aware
aware
of the
that you have children.
Maybe aware of the child too. Child Support Awareness Month. I need to do it slow like Carrie, right?
Slow down just a little bit. All right, we have a motion and second on the floor to proclaim August of 2026 as Fremont County Child Support Awareness Month. Further discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner McFall?
Aye.
Commissioner Grantham?
Aye.
Commissioner Bell?
Aye.
Motion carries.
All right, if you'd like to hang out, we have the signed proclamation that we would like to have another photo of.
Good job, ladies.
That is true.
We do have a public hearing scheduled for 9:30 this morning, but we have a couple of minutes before then. We're going to proceed ahead with item number 3. This is a National Suicide Prevention Month proclamation naming September of 2026 as Suicide Prevention Month here in Fremont County. We have with us this morning Mandy Keisner, Solvista Health Chief Executive Officer. Mandy, if you'd like to come forth. And if you would turn on that microphone. There you go.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's an honor to be here this morning. I just spent 2 years of my life as CEO of Solvista, but more importantly, will spend in the next 2 weeks 21 years of service to Fremont County, mostly as a crisis clinician. So this is really an honor to be here. And I'm
Congratulations,
very,
that's wonderful.
Thank you for
Happy to
doing
have
that.
you.
It's not just a passion project, this has been my life's work. So it's, I think this is an important message that you're sending Fremont County, and I'm really proud to be here. So just a couple of the things that we've got going on this month for suicide prevention is a couple of courses that we'd invite everybody to participate in. One is a mental health first aid training, which is an 8-hour course designed to train people on signs and symptoms of people that might be experiencing a mental health crisis. And then for people who don't have the full 8 hours to give, we also offer a specialized suicide prevention training, which is called QPR, Question, Persuade, and Refer. Again, that's a deep dive into suicide prevention itself. It only takes about 90 minutes to participate in that class. The biggest thing we want people to know is that you have the power to be the person to save a life. In all of the years, again, close to 21, please don't do the age math on that. I started when I was 16, for sure.
12, I was thinking 12.
Okay, thank you. You're my favorite. But anyway, in all the years of doing this work, specifically with first responders, fire, law enforcement, it really just is so important to show up with compassion, with non-judgment, and understanding on people who are experiencing the worst day of their life. Nothing about that requires a special skill. And again, we can help you to feel really confident when you're having those conversations with people who also might be experiencing the worst day of their life, to know the types of things to ask and to know the way to get them connected to care when needed. So again, there's flyers at the door and flyers up here with me. And thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Would you like to read this proclamation for us?
I sure would. And I'll use my glasses because
As
some
would I.
age-related.
And she said, don't do the math. And then put the glasses on.
Early onset. Dwayne.
Whereas Fremont County is home to more than 48,000 people, a destination for thousands of visitors annually, and the site of about a dozen state and federal correctional facilities. And whereas in 2025, the Fremont County Coroner's Office investigated 24 suicides, one of which occurred in a correctional facility. And whereas suicide is the leading cause of death among youth and young adults aged 15 to 35. Whereas suicide typically ranks as the 7th leading cause of death across general population in Colorado. And whereas 54% of Americans have been affected in suicide by some way, now, therefore, let it be proclaimed by the County Commissioners of Fremont County that September 2026 is hereby designated as National Suicide Prevention Month in Fremont County. The County Commissioners do urge all people of Fremont County to become educated on suicide prevention and support those affected by suicide during this month and throughout the year.
Thank you, Mandy. So a few years ago, I had the opportunity to attend that mental health first aid training that you spoke of. One of the best days I've ever had, to be able to sit through that and to learn and to understand. And although I can't really say that I've ever had a hand in helping save someone from suicide, I actually have had opportunity to use the skills that I learned that day.
Great.
In dealing with people who were obviously experiencing a mental crisis. So I would like to ask, you said you have some training programs coming up. If anyone's interested in taking that training, how do they get in touch with you? How do they connect for that?
Sure. Again, we've got flyers here and all around town, but otherwise you can also call me, Mandy Keisner, and 719-395-9355, and I will connect you with that resource.
Okay,
Thank
great.
you.
Thank you so much for being here today.
Yeah, thank you.
Gentlemen?
Yeah, I just got a couple of things to say. One, we started doing this proclamation several years ago when Jessica Cobbler, who used to be a resident of Fremont County, her son killed himself, and she brought this awareness forward. And like I said, they moved out of the state, I think, a year or so ago, and we told her that we'd have this on our agenda every year because it's an important issue. And I'm glad that you picked this up and came to do this, because we weren't sure who was going to present this year until just a few days ago, so I appreciate that. Somebody knows somebody that this has happened to or has affected. In the agriculture community, it's really big right now because a lot of farmers and ranchers are hurting. And Colorado Department of Ag put together a legacy video that I would encourage people to go watch. Just CDA, Colorado Department of Ag legacy video, and it'll pull it up. But it talks about folks that have had to deal with it. One guy's dad killed himself because of the way the ranch was going. Another one, his buddy killed himself because of the way the ranch was going, and they feel like failures. And it talks about some of the training like you talked about of seeing the signs. You know, you talk to your buddy and everything's all right and he's living the dream, but then you realize that he's not who he is, so you'd kind of prod a little more and get into what's really happening, and then you can get that out of somebody, where a lot of times we just say, cool, me living the dream too, and then something like that happens. So
Yeah.
the awareness is the important part of it, and I'm glad we get to do this, and I hope that everybody watching and everybody here takes it to heart and pays attention, and maybe reach out and take some of these trainings, or at least do what they can to learn how to follow through with it. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for all that you do, and thank you for helping out on this recognition here in this proclamation. Everybody, as the others have mentioned, everybody knows somebody or is directly affected themselves by this. And so we really appreciate folks like you that work with folks and, like you said, in their darkest hour.
Yep,
So thank you.
thank you.
Motion?
Madam Chair?
Yes, please.
I would move to approve the proclamation for National Suicide Prevention Month, naming September 2026 as Suicide Prevention Month in Fremont County.
Second.
We do have a motion and second on the floor to approve this National Suicide Prevention Month proclamation, naming September of 2026 as Suicide Prevention Month here in Fremont County. Further discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner Grantham?
Aye.
Commissioner McFall?
Aye.
Commissioner Bell?
Aye.
Motion carries.
All right, thank you so much. We're going to come down for one more picture, and then I promise we'll stay up here, so if you would like to hang out for just a moment.
I don't know. You're scared. Do we want to know?
I don't think you do.
Just sneak in on them and find out.
All right, the hour has reached 9:30 plus 7 minutes, so we are going to move into the public hearing we have scheduled for this morning. This is zone change number 26-002 Carr, requesting a zone change from business to residential 1. The property is located at 7637 US Highway 50 in Howard. The application would like to build a garage shop for personal use. I believe we have with us this morning Tyler Allen.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good morning. Thanks for being here. Do you want to go ahead and take a few moments to present what you're wanting to do out there?
So I'm the builder, so he's just taking an empty lot and putting up a 50 by 70 personal shop for storage. There's a little bathroom, stuff like that, but mainly just a garage is all he's wanting to put up. But switching it from commercial to residential, so.
All right. Okay, thank you. Questions at this point? All right, let's turn to a staff report to Dan Victoria, our Director of Planning and Zoning. Good morning, Dan.
Good morning. Hello, everyone. So here we have CAR 26-002. It's a zone change 1. The purpose for this rezone is to change the zone district from business to residential 1. The applicant would like to build a garage or shop for personal use. The north, east, and south lots adjacent to this property are zoned residential 1, and they currently have a residential use. They have dwellings on them. The west lot on the opposite side of Highway 50 is business owned and is vacant. This property is in the Upper Arkansas Planning District, which discourages commercial development of properties along the highway corridors when the highway is not essential to the success of the development. The property is located at 7637 US Highway 50 in Howard. Again, to the north, south, and east is residential 1 with a residential use, and to the west there is a business use and it's vacant. One access point out to Highway 50. The property is located in a flood zone, about 50% of the property. We received no public comments or concerns. For agency comments, we have none. Waivers, none. Planning Commission, they recommended approval of this application at the regular scheduled meeting that was held on July 7th. And having found the application is in compliance with the requirements of the Fremont County zoning resolution, staff recommends approval of the zone change 1 from business to residential 1.
All right, thank you, sir. Do either of you have questions or comments for Dan?
I have one question.
Yes, sir.
So you pointed out the lot across there's one lot across the street that's commercial. Is that the only commercial one in the area?
It's kind of checkerboarded out there along the West End Highway corridor. So directly across the street is business, and I believe the Black Bear farther west and north would be business as well. And then coming down southish or to the right side of the property, if you were on it, those are actually residentially zoned lots. So predominantly residential 1.
This is what I'm just worried about, and I don't know that there's a worry, but I don't have a problem with what you're trying to do here, but then we have this one little lot over here that's, commercial or business. It's an island kind of.
So that one is residential, that one is business. The lot behind it is business. That's mini storage. And then going in the direction of Salida is the Black Bear, which is business. So it wouldn't be on an island. There's a couple clustered right there. But unfortunately, the way the zoning works out, if you look at the map, going down that 50 corridor, we are pretty
it does.
Spotted.
And then, I don't know if I can say anything.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the property that we've got working on to the west of us is residential. There's a cabin and all that there. To the east of us is residential. So everything that's kind of on the north side of 50 is residential, all the way from that Sugar Bush kind of store.
Yep.
And then, that side's kind of residential all the way through. And then the opposite side of Highway 50 has kind of got that checker pattern, but business is kind of spread out.
And what sort of triggered this was, since this is a business zone lot, even though the owner would like to build a shop for personal use, because it's business zoning, any structure on it would have required a commercial development plan.
Right.
Yes.
And then
Yes.
public hearings, drainage, it would have been substantial for him just to get his shop building.
Right.
So this was the easiest, best way to get him there.
All right, thank you. Other questions?
That is good to know, Mr. Victoria. That right there.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay, this is a public hearing. Let's open the public hearing at this time. And I will ask if there's anyone in the audience who would like to rise to speak either for or against this proposal. All right. Seeing none, let's go ahead and close this public hearing, probably within the same minute. And I will ask if you have any further questions, comments. I would just note real quickly that, as always, we do have the entire file, the entire application in front of us for consideration. We have an opportunity to look at that long before this meeting ever does occur. So we have had all the information. We've been able to take a look at it. I really have no questions or comments at this point in time, other than it seems to me to make a lot of sense to be able to do this. So, anything further?
No, I've got nothing. I've got a motion if you're ready.
Let's do a motion. Yes, please.
Yeah, I see no problem with it either, and it's going to kind of blend. I just wanted to check on that other thing on the commercial part or business part. But with that, Madam Chair, I move to approve zone change 26-002 car, which is a, what did you call it?
Zone change 1.
Zone change 1, yeah, from business to residential.
Second.
All right, it has been moved and seconded to approve this request for a zone change number 26-002 car from business to residential 1. This property is located at 7637 US Highway 50 in Howard. Further discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner McFall?
Aye.
Commissioner Grantham?
Aye.
Commissioner Bell?
Aye.
Motion carries.
All right, thank you so much for being here this
Thank you,
morning.
guys.
Good luck with
Thanks.
your project. At this time, we will return to new business. Item 4, Resolution 19, Series of 2026 imposing an emergency temporary moratorium on the construction of data centers here in Fremont County. I'm going to turn first to our county attorney, Eric Bellis, and ask him to kind of explain what we're doing here this morning.
This board has the authority to manage land use within the county, and within that authority is the authority to establish a temporary moratorium, not to exceed 6 months, on any particular type of development in the event that the board believes that that moratorium is necessary in order to properly regulate that type of development. To be clear, we have not had even any inquiries with respect to placing data centers in Fremont County, but it is a topic that is certainly in the public eye. The public is very aware of data centers and all of the challenges that they bring with them, as well as the substantial benefits that they, in the right circumstances, also bring with them. But just out of an abundance of caution, this will allow our planning and zoning department to develop and propose regulations that would apply to the location of data centers within Fremont County in the event that anyone ever seeks to place a data center here. Fremont County obviously has several challenges with respect to locating a data center. Data centers can be cooled many different ways, but among the ways that data centers are cooled is with water, with an open loop water cooling system. Obviously, they use a tremendous amount of water, which we do not have here. They also, and in each and every instance, consume a tremendous amount of power. And I think we're all aware of the challenges that we face, not only in Fremont County, but throughout Colorado, as a result of Colorado's policies to establish a green energy transition prior to those technologies really being available in sufficient capacity to replace the fossil fuels which Colorado has chosen to ban for commercial power generation. So there are some challenges, and this resolution, this moratorium, is just for the purpose of giving our planning and zoning department time to draft and propose regulations for data centers.
And that time frame is 6 months, is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, thank you. Any questions for Eric about our options today?
No questions.
Comments?
But certainly some comments. This is one of those things that has obviously been in the news quite a bit, and a lot of fervor built up over data centers and data centers coming into people's backyards, et cetera. Folks, these have existed a long time and all over the country. What we're doing, and now that they are ramping up and we're seeing them trying to be accessed into a whole lot of communities across the country that they otherwise haven't been in the last few decades. It's reasonable for us to take some time and put some regulations together for this particular kind of use so that we can take a better look at it when the time comes, if those applications do come in. As Mr. Bellis said, we have not received any of those yet, or I don't even seen anybody or heard anybody scratching around it necessarily. But just in case, we want to be ready for that in the event that it happens, and it's necessary to put a moratorium in place to make sure that we have all the tools in place necessary to look at this from every reasonable perspective. What we don't want to do is give the impression that we are shutting down the possible future of this in the county. What we are looking at is what is the benefit to the citizens of Fremont County, and what, if any, are the detriments to the people of Fremont County. And we will look at that as we do with every land use situation, and that's it.
All right, I would say the last 2 or 3 years, every meeting we have with CCI, Colorado Counties Incorporated, and especially with NACO, the National Association of Counties, has included a component of data centers. We talk about them and we talk about them and we talk about them. Typically, we hear all of the bad things about them, but occasionally we hear some really good things, including what the tax revenue can do for communities that welcome these in. And so I think it would be fair to say, we just want the opportunity to take a good hard look to see how something like this might affect the citizens here in Fremont County. And we have 6 months from today, which will be February 25th of 2027, to take some action on putting actual regulations in place. Commissioner McFall, anything?
Yeah, just reiterate again, we have not had anyone inquire or come in with an application at all for a data center. We're just trying to be proactive and, as you said, take a long, hard look at how it may affect our community if one did come in. And we can do that with these regulations. We can kind of handle some problems that may arise. So that's all we're doing today.
Yeah, I would just add that if we did have someone already inquiring, it would be too late to take the action that we're looking at taking today. So, gentlemen, I'm prepared for a motion.
And just one more comment.
Yes.
When we start talking about data centers, we need to talk about, and we will, if we ever see one of those applications. But just a reminder that when it comes to data centers, we are benefiting from those every day. They don't exist in our backyard, but they do exist. Otherwise, we wouldn't have these, or the ability to use these, or these, or 1,000 other things. If you have Amazon packages on your front step when you get home, it's because there's a data center somewhere that is moving that data around so that physical package can actually arrive at your doorstep. And a billion other things that data centers do to make our modern life modern. And in any case, just for the next 6 months, we'll work on this and get something in place where we can make sure that we are protecting the people of Fremont County and helping people of Fremont County.
All right, thank you.
Got a motion, Madam Chair?
Yes, let's do it.
Move to approve resolution number 19, series of 2026, imposing an emergency temporary moratorium on the construction of data centers in all zone districts within Fremont County, Colorado.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded to approve resolution number 19, series of 2026, imposing an emergency temporary moratorium on the construction of data centers, which will apply in all zone districts within Fremont County, Colorado. Further discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner McFall?
Aye.
Commissioner Grantham?
Aye.
Commissioner Bell?
Aye.
Motion carries.
All right, item 5 is another resolution. This is resolution number 20, series of 2026, appointing the Veteran Service Officer for a term from August 30th of 2026 to August 30th of 2028. We actually have with us 2 Veteran Service Officers, both here with us this morning. This, I believe, includes one of those folks, John Grooms. I think he is the newcomer to the table here. And you guys have done an incredible, exceptional job of moving the VSO office out to a lot of veterans here in Fremont County. So would either of you like to say anything this morning about your office and what you do?
You have to turn that mic on, John. Yeah.
Well, we have modernized the office. We are mobile, as a matter of fact. We can go out to different locations. We can go visit vets in their homes. And we have tried to bring it into this century, I guess is what you'd say, as far as the office. The office is open, pretty much when the county building is open now, from 8 to 4, Monday through Thursday. And then, like I say, we do a lot of outreach, trying to get out to the different festivals and, you know, the nursing homes and wherever we need to be. So I think that's about it. I mean,
All right.
we got a lot of vets in Fremont County.
We do have a
and
lot of veterans.
the word's getting out. We've got a lot of vets actually coming in from all over the state and actually some other states too. So, but we're just happy to serve. So.
Thank you so much for being here. We have had in the past some pretty amazing VSOs, and I think each time someone new comes into the office, they're able to just step up our service a little bit more and a little bit more. And I'm not sure how it can get much better, but I'm looking forward to that process because I'm sure that you guys are going to figure it out for us. So we do have a proclamation, or I'm sorry, it's a resolution in front of us. I don't feel that I need to read the entire thing, but this is appointing John Grooms from August 30th of this year through August 30th of 2028. It's a 2-year term, so.
I just want to make a statement, Madam Chair.
Yes, sir.
John has done a lot of training in order to be able to be a full-blown VSO officer, I guess you might say. You've been here a year.
Just over a year.
Just over a year, right? And that whole time you've been doing the training to fulfill the duties as a veteran service officer. So I appreciate the time you've put in on that and the time that you do take with the veterans and getting out and about, both of you actually, getting out and about in the community and going to where they are rather than them having to come to you. So I appreciate that.
Thank you for all that you do, John and Cheryl.
And Cheryl.
Appreciate the great feedback we get. We had the opportunity a couple times already today to kind of brag about our employees, and
Here we are again.
Here we are again. I love these kind of days in BOCCs where we get to brag about our employees. I preface what I'm going to say next with that, but we, as elected officials, as county employees, as any kind of government employees, we always, our interface with the public sometimes is negative, to say the least. Sometimes abrasive, sometimes not a good experience, and other times, 99 times out of 100, we do our jobs and our employees do their jobs, and we never hear one thing about it from the public. And then there's those rare unicorns of experiences where we just have that great feedback from the public. And I hold in my hot little hands here the golden ticket
One of those.
of one of those positive experiences from the public. And I won't go through the entire thing, but it's addressed to us in regard to the two of you in the stellar job that you guys did for a particular individual and from the couple. And you would know who I was talking about, I'm sure, if I gave their names. But by their own statements, they said, for 38 years trying to get something fixed, and you guys got it fixed in 3 months. And they give you all of that credit. I will read part of it. That doesn't divulge who they are or what it's about, but they're talking about you two. They devoted their full attention and skills toward the issues at hand, were extremely knowledgeable as to what resources to use, and were so personable throughout the process that it is no wonder they can efficiently succeed in helping the veterans they serve. Fremont County is blessed to have such exemplary and dedicated VSO officers working for all veterans needing assistance in this county. We want to not only thank them, but commend them to your attention. We hope they are with Fremont County for many years to come. And once again, can't thank them enough. They are making a positive impact on our communities daily and changing people's lives for the better. With enormous gratitude, the undersigned. I wanted to share that with you because we love getting that stuff. And we appreciate you guys and what you do for our veterans. So thank you all.
I would add one more quick thing and say, basically, the job of our VSOs is to ensure that every veteran in Fremont County and sometimes around the world receives every benefit that they are entitled to, not only our veterans, but their survivors as well. This number is at least 3 years old. It could be 4 by now. Last I knew, we were receiving here in Fremont County $65 million in direct benefits to veterans every year. And I'm sure that with your assistance and help and everything you've done, that number has far surpassed that now. But when you think about what that does for Fremont County's economy, that's a lot. And so again, I just want to say thank you both so much for this. Okay? All right.
With that,
Let's do a motion.
Madam Chair, I move that we adopt resolution number 20, series of 2026, appointing the Veteran Service Officer, John Grooms, for a term from August 30, 2026 to August 30, 2028.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded to approve resolution number 20, series of 2026, appointing Veteran Service Officer John Grooms for a term from August 30th, 2026 to August 30, 2028. Further discussion?
Yeah, just one thing, Madam Chair. I just want to mention that we don't typically have employees by resolution. This is because of state statute that we're appointing John this way, and it's through, because of state statute, like I said, that we have the authority to appoint a VSO officer, and that's why we're doing it this way.
All right, good point. Thank you for that.
One of the fortunate aspects today, because we got to brag on it.
That's true.
right.
Very true.
We love that.
Very true.
All right, let's do roll call.
Commissioner Grantham?
Aye.
Commissioner McFall?
Aye.
Commissioner Bell?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you both so much for being here today, and
you
again,
both.
thank you for the job that you do.
All right, thank you, appreciate it.
New business item number 6, another resolution. This is number 21, series of 2026, adding the Centennial State Liquid Investment Pool, also known as CSLIP, to a designated and approved official depository for Fremont County. And again, for this, I'm going to turn to our county attorney, Mr. Bellis, for a quick word.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The county is only authorized to use institutions or funds that this board approves for depositing county funds. Every year, when we adopt our annual resolutions, including adopting the resolution which contains the budget and adopting the resolution appropriating monies, we also adopt a resolution designating official depositories for the deposit of county funds. We typically, and in recent years, have had 4 approved depositories. Last year, as we were getting ready to adopt this resolution, our treasurer came to us and said, I'm considering one other possible depository, namely the Centennial State Liquid Investment Pool. It was then a relatively new investment pool. She wanted a little bit of additional time in order to consider whether that would be an appropriate depository. She has now determined and recommended to the board that the board authorize use of the Centennial State Liquid Investment Pool, CSLIP, as an official depository for county funds. We did have a meeting with representatives from CSLIP a couple of weeks ago, talked to those folks, learned a little bit more about that particular investment pool. This is one of those investment pools that exist out there that are designed only for public funds. The difference between this pool and some of the others is that this pool, number one, is liquid, which means that we can put money in and take it out pretty much anytime we want to, just like going down to your local bank and making a withdrawal if you need to. Another difference from this and some other investment pools is that it has a relatively lower percentage of commercial paper in its portfolio. Commercial paper, of course, does drive returns, but it also contributes to risk. This investment pool has less than 50% of its funds invested in commercial paper, but nevertheless is able to, and in the time that's existed, it has offered returns that were comparable to, in most cases, just a little bit better than the more well-known Colorado Surplus Asset Fund Trust, or CSAFE. So we're basically adopting this resolution on the recommendation of the treasurer, Kathy Elliott, to add the Centennial State Liquid Investment Pool as an authorized depository for county funds.
All right, thank you for that explanation, sir. I would say after meeting with representatives, we were a lot more comfortable with taking this action today. I'm not going to read the entire resolution, but I am going to let everyone know that when we add CSLIP into the list, the following depositories now are approved and designated as official depositories for Fremont County funds: Sunflower Bank of Canyon City, Colorado Surplus Asset Fund Trust, also known as CSAFE, Colo Trust, Bank of the San Juans Glacier Bank, and now finally Centennial State Liquid Investment Pool, or CSLIP. Gentlemen, anything? I'm prepared for a motion.
Just to add to what Mr. Bellis was talking about, and that was a great description of everything we've been looking at with these folks, and taking the treasurer's recommendation, obviously, in a place where she felt comfortable enough to bring it to us. As with any treasurer in any county in this state and with the state itself, you know, those taxpayer dollars are invested, and depositories are approved by whether it's a commission or whether it's a legislature into safe and beneficial and liquid investments, and this meets all those criterias. And so think this is a good opportunity for the county to do something, again, beneficial for our taxpayers.
Absolutely.
That being said, I got a motion, Madam Chair.
Yes, please.
Move to approve resolution number 21, series of 2026, adding Centennial State Liquid Investment Pool as a designated and approved official depository for Fremont County.
Second.
All right, it has been moved and seconded to approve Resolution Number 21, Series of 2026, adding Centennial State Liquid Investment Pool as a designated and approved official depository for Fremont County. Further discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner McFall?
Aye.
Commissioner Grantham?
Aye.
Commissioner Bell?
Aye.
Motion carries.
I would mention real briefly, we've just done an entire series of proclamations and resolutions, and anyone who is interested in the absolute final wording of those, please go to our website, fremontcountyco.gov. All of those are listed there. You can pull them up one by one and take a look. Moving on, we do have 3 more items of new business, should go relatively quickly. Secure Transportation Vehicle Permit for Air Ride Colorado LLC. Eric, would you like to give us another quick word of explanation, please?
Certainly, Madam Chair. This, again, once again, is for a behavioral health transport company. Every 3 years, the county licenses those entities which seek to provide behavioral health transport within the county, but we have to permit their vehicles every year. In this case, Air Ride Colorado LLC is a licensed behavioral health transport provider for Fremont County, but it is time for them to renew their vehicle license for a 2017 Ford Explorer, which is a Type 1 vehicle. And for those of you who may not remember the many times we've talked about this at previous meetings, that is a vehicle with a partition between the driver and the passenger.
And everything he just said also applies to item number 8.
It does.
Which is an identical license for the same thing, but a different vehicle.
Correct.
So, all right, gentlemen,
Madam Chair, if you want a motion, I got it for
I'm
you.
prepared.
Madam Chair, I would move that we approve the Type 1 Secure Transportation Vehicle Permit for Air Ride Colorado LLC for a 2017 Ford Explorer.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded to approve this Type 1 Secure Transportation Vehicle Permit for Air Ride Colorado LLC for a 2017 Ford Explorer. Further
Do we
discussion?
need to put the dates in that motion?
Oh, yeah, we probably do.
Just noticed that they weren't on me. And those dates, just adding that to the motion, would be beginning on 25th day of August, 2026, and ending on the 24th day of August, 2027. 1 year.
All right, thank you for that, adding that to the motion. Okay, further discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner Grantham?
Aye.
Commissioner McFall?
Aye.
Commissioner Bell?
Aye.
Motion carries.
All right, the next secure transportation vehicle permit is another Type 1. This is for Super Transit LLC of the state of Colorado. It is a 2015 Ford Explorer.
Madam Chair, I move to approve the license for Super Transport LLC, Type 1 Secure Transport for a vehicle permit, year 2015 Ford Explorer, begins the 25th day of August 2026, ended on the 24th day of August 2027.
Second.
All right, it has been moved and seconded to approve this secure transportation vehicle permit, Type 1 for Super Transit LLC, 2015 Ford Explorer, to begin today, August 25th, 2026, and end on August 24th of 2027. Further discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner McFall?
Aye.
Commissioner Grantham?
Aye.
Commissioner Bell?
Aye.
Motion carries.
All right, the final item of new business that we have today is the reappointment of a name that's familiar to many of you, former Fremont County Commissioner Ed Norton to the Fremont County Board of Zoning Adjustment with a term that will expire on February 28th of 2024. I would point out Mr. Norton did request this appointment. We don't just appoint folks who aren't really looking to be involved.
We just slide our fingers across the phone book page and pick someone.
We could try.
So do we really know this guy? I mean, all right, fine. You need a motion, Madam Chair?
Yes, please.
Madam Chair, I move to approve the reappointment of Ed Norton to the Fremont County Board of Zoning Adjustment with the term expiring February 28, 2029.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded to reappoint Ed Norton to the Fremont County Board of Zoning Adjustment with a term that will expire on February 28th of 2029. Further discussion? I would simply add, this is not the only opportunity for volunteerism that we have here in Fremont County. Anyone who is interested in serving on one of these various boards for us, please take a look at what we have available, again, on our website, fremontcountyco.gov. All right, let's do roll call.
Commissioner Grantham?
Aye.
Commissioner McFall?
Aye.
Commissioner Bell?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, Sammy. We have no further business to come before this board. We are adjourned.